Hey, Chris, what's the best part of the Wild Wild West?
Well, gunslinging and beer drinking at the High Noon Saloon.
A game produced by SlugFest Games.
The folks that brought you Red Dragon in.
Dude, check out this tagline. If you're looking for a fight, you've come to the right place.
Go to SlugFestGames.com for more information. And as always, stay geeky. One time not too long ago, in a galaxy not that far away, there were two mighty chosen ones, and they were here to say...
Thank you for tuning in to Entertain the Geeky with
Whether
Roger.
you're a guy in a cape
I didn't know that's what we
or
were
a rogue who's sneaky, tune in with Chris and Roger as we...
Entertain the Geeky?
Guys, what's going on?
I am so sorry. I totally fucked that intro up.
That's okay. So
I thought that was like your jingle, and then I was gonna say thank you for tuning in to Entertain the Geeky with Roger and Chris, and you just like, no, fat guy, shut up.
Months ago, I wrote that first part to the jingle.
I like that.
Isn't it fun?
Like, we should use that more often.
We're
That's
gonna
a good
integrate
jingle.
it. We're gonna integrate it.
Like integrate, like switch them out every once in a while, because we've had this jingle that Mike Capuano wrote for a while.
So Mike Capuano's jingle is gonna be our chorus.
Oh, okay.
So we got, verse, chorus, a regular progression of a song.
Well, we should get in the studio sometime and actually record.
Well, I mean, I can do that. We've got a studio right here.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got guitars and.
Oh, okay.
We've got microphones.
Yeah,
obviously.
you totally threw me off my game with that one. Like, I am totally flabbergasted right now.
But I saw the smile on your face.
Well, my thought was, like you said, not so long ago, I was like, are we going to talk Star Wars this episode? Because I haven't bitched about Star Wars in a long time. And I got excited.
Yeah.
You know what's funny at work today? It came out that I pretty much hate everything.
Yeah, you did say that.
I did. And because it's true. And so does Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill hates the internet.
Yes, he does. He is so mad at everyone taking everything he said out of context.
He's like, you're taking everything on.
He's like, look, I didn't say these new movies were bad. I just said they weren't as good as the old ones.
It's Mark Hamill.
You can't go bad.
Yeah.
You can't go bad with Mark Hamill. Why is there a SIM card on your
I
desk?
actually keep a spare.
Fair enough.
We've had so many instances here. I was looking at the expiration date. We've had so many instances where a freaking SIM card stops working for some stupid reason or another.
Stupid SIM cards.
So I keep them on deck. I used to work for cell phone companies.
Yeah, and I used to work for a lawn mowing company. What's your point?
So phones were... I love tinkering with phones.
Why?
I just have so much fun with it. And when...
My dick.
Shut up. When I started when I first started doing phones, I didn't care. And basically at that point in time, there was only a couple of different phones. You had an iPhone 3 and the basic bitch Android phones.
Well, yeah.
Like a G1 and
basic bitch BB.
A couple of them.
That's what I'm basic bitch 88. I'm doing my best I can here. So
yeah, I got into that stupid mobile technology thing, and now I do cell phone repair sometimes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Because I don't really care about you on cell phones.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't.
I was just talking.
I know. Why can't we have new things but keep them the same?
What do you mean?
All right. So I was thinking about this as you were gabbing about your past life or whatever.
Your past life.
Star Wars, Star Trek, X-Men, X-Files, all these things have grown. Spider-Man, all these things have grown throughout the years, but we always crave more.
Yeah.
And when we get it, it's always so different. Like, look at Star Trek Discovery and look at Star Wars. Star Trek Discovery, they've completely redone the Klingons, completely just screwed everything up, and they're saying it's Prime Universe. Why can't we just get more of the same but different stories? Why do you have to change everything?
I don't know.
It's very irritating. Star Wars is doing the same thing. We now have paper in Star Wars. Did I tell you that interesting thing about Star Wars?
Huh.
So episode 7 or 8. 8? That's
7.
8.
Oh,
8. Episode 8.
Yeah.
The new trailer showed books. That's the first time in the Star Wars universe, at least for movies, that there have been books, that there's paper written down, which actually gives credence to how in only 20 years you could forget about Jedi. You could forget about the Empire, because 20 years had passed and there's no books, there's no records. The people that control the information have changed everything. It's like if we didn't have books or history or everything becomes word of mouth. So that's why Luke became legend. That's why Jedi's became legend. Is word of mouth. No one's seen it. No one's seen it in book form or video form. It's like nowadays, kids nowadays, they'd be like telling about the Monica Lewinsky sex scandal.
Yeah.
Without any newspapers or video evidence of it. It just becomes a word of mouth. And that's interesting to me. To me, that actually makes sense on some of the biggest holes in Star Wars.
You brought books into it, I'm fine.
No. That explanation of how people could forget about Jedis. Because you think about this. You have 22, 23 years from Qui-Gon Jinn to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you go from having 100,000 Jedi to being myths in 20 years?
Think about this too, though, because it's not as simple as that. You also have, you're talking across a galaxy.
Yes, and it's still become a myth across the galaxy.
No, but what I'm saying is some people probably didn't care or know about the Jedi or know much about them.
But the core planets did.
The core planets did, and
even then you had Grand Moff Tarkin in Episode 4 say no one cares about your crusty old religion.
Yeah.
You know, he was definitely alive when Jedis were there.
But it might be one of those things where he didn't really get to see one.
Right, no. So it's interesting because there was no... The video records were destroyed. There's no paper.
Well, we also only know we know a story that follows Jedi.
Right.
That's the only one we know.
Well, now there's Rogue One and Han Solo.
But
is that movie... Like I hope Ron Howard can pull that out.
We'll see. I mean, I'm... Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rogue One was a cool flick.
Yeah, no, it was fine. It was a cool little space movie.
Outer space.
It wasn't a war movie. I don't care what you say. It was an action movie.
It was an action movie.
It was like Expendables. It was like the Star Wars version of Expendables. I want to get flack from Joe for that one, but it's true.
Oh my god.
It is. It's the Star Wars version of Expendables.
It wasn't the Star Wars version.
Was.
Expendables, no.
Is that because you like the Expendables?
No, Expendables was... No, they took every action hero that was from the 80s and they were like, let's do a hoorah.
And they did do a hoorah.
And then it was get some newer action heroes.
We don't talk about Expendables 3. That didn't happen.
And then you bring in Chuck Norris.
Well, that was Expendables 2.
Talking about snakes biting him and dying.
Right, that made sense.
That was hysterical.
It's fucking Chuck Norris.
Awesome. That was awesome. No, those movies were pretty awful.
They were pretty awful, but...
They were supposed to be.
But they were supposed to be. I'm just saying, you know, like the premise, like everyone's like, oh, it's a war movie in the Star Wars universe. I'm like, that's not really a war movie. It's an action movie.
It was an action movie because they also throw a love story into it.
Yeah, like when I think war movies, I'm thinking like Saving Private Ryan, Platoon, Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor's a good one. That's a good one. But that's why when I look at a war movie. What I saw there was with Rogue One. While it was good, it was just. It was an action heist movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was like Gone in 60 Seconds.
I forgot that movie even existed.
That's one of Courtney's favorites movies.
Oh, really?
Courtney and I.
She just loves Nick Cage.
Not really. I love Nick Cage more than she does. But we have a very odd taste in movies sometimes. Like there are movies that I just love that I can understand why you don't. And Gone in 60 Seconds is like that for her.
That's good.
She just loves that movie. And she gets why people don't like it. Like me, I love The Rock. I can understand why you wouldn't love The Rock. Especially you, Chris. Because Michael Bay has totally raped your childhood.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be like, fuck The Rock.
It's one of the... I just won't watch it as a matter of principle.
Yeah, I get that. And I would not be mad at you. I love Sean Connery and Nick Cage, so I'm in.
Nick Cage is a cool guy. You know who's cool, man?
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
Was that what you were really going to say?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Did you see the picture of him on Facebook?
Which one?
Of him like grabbing the paparazzi camera and running down the street, grinning from ear to ear.
No.
With the paparazzi behind him running after his camera.
That's hysterical.
And Keanu Reeves just laughing maniacally as he's running with the camera.
That guy's so cool. I can't believe you read my mind there.
We're on that level.
I love that dude.
We're on that level. No, Keanu Reeves is amazing.
He looks like a badass training for John Wick and stuff.
Look, the guy is, we've said this before, but he has stayed low-key.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's kept grounded. He's kind of done his thing. You know, Tom Hanks is kind of the same way. Yeah,
Tom Hanks is supposed to be a really cool dude.
Like Tom Hanks. Bill Murray kind of is a dick from time to time, but then he makes it up.
Bill Murray is a dick, and that's what's so charming about him. Like, he goes to a bar, and he's like, I'm serving drinks tonight because I'm Bill Murray.
Because I'm Bill fucking Murray.
Because there's nothing grounded about that.
How would you feel, though, if you walked into the Red Dragon Inn and you saw Bill Murray serving drinks?
Well, I'd feel out of place because normally a wench delivers my drinks, and she doesn't like you playing with her tips.
That's right. Do not touch the winch's tips.
That's right. Or she thought your Annie was a tip.
Yeah, that's happened before.
Because you can gamble at the Red Dragon Inn.
You can gamble. You can drink. You can eat. You can fight.
Roughhouse. You don't eat.
You don't eat?
No eating.
I'll eat it.
Well, sometimes you bite.
Yeah, you bite.
Pookie's hungry, and then he bites you.
Hey, you know who does Red Dragon Inn?
It's SlugFest Games. And they do other games like Battle for Greyport.
Or the High Noon Saloon.
And Fishing for Terrorists.
One of our favorite games. Guys, go to slugfestgames.com. Check out all their games, their merch, their swag. It's amazing.
They're just awesome.
Real quickly, August 6th, Fantasy Shop St. Charles.
Yes.
From 12:30 to 5.
We are hosting a Red Dragon Inn event.
It'll be awesome. Come out and see us.
It's going to be really good.
Say hi, shake our hands, play some Red Dragon Inn, tip a winch.
You're going to get a free copy of Merle's Truck Stop in Maine just for coming. You're welcome.
Bye. I didn't really say bye, but...
Yeah, I mean, you said that at the wrong time because we still got half of an episode to do. You know, there was an episode of The Simpsons when I was growing up, and I remember watching it, and halfway through it, it goes to a commercial break, but right before that, they were like, to be continued. And I was like, what the fuck? That was like 15 minutes! And my stepdad's like, don't worry. It'll come back.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. Because when you were a kid watching, nerd shows or watching a show, what cliffhanger actually had you perplexed that the show could not continue? Like, you were like they're like, here's a cliffhanger. And you just, like, in your mind, there was just no way that this show could go on.
Tommy Oliver, Green Ranger, leaving the Power Rangers.
All right, I'm listening.
I mean, that was it. They were like, he's not the Green Ranger anymore. And I was like, fuck! No!
You throw your little toy down?
No, man, I fucking love that toy. I'm holding it. I'm like, no! Sew it to the TV.
And when the resolution happened...
The resolution happened with fucking fan mail. Okay, let's be real here. They were like, Saban, you do this shit, you bring him back now, or we will not watch it.
No, so the resolution happened, and how did you feel about that?
Good. I felt real good.
You felt real good?
I felt real good. Yeah. Well, because then he got to keep being a Power Ranger for,
and he was white?
Ever.
He was the White Ranger?
Yeah, that part, like, the older I get, the more that Power Ranger irritates me.
I'm listening.
So... with that particular ranger, it was designed to go with a group of rangers that had similar costumes.
Well, okay, time out. I'm gonna cut you off there because here's what I've learned while doing my research into the Power Rangers. It's not different Rangers; it's different fucking TV shows. Like that, like the like the Japanese version of the Power Rangers. What they use for the cuts and scenes, they're different TV shows. So each iteration of Power Rangers we get over here is a completely different TV show in Japan. Yeah. It's just under the same... It's because
Saban owns all of them.
Well, in Japan... So the way Japan works, because they're smart about this stuff, they subclass things into genres. Like kaiju films. Yeah. And whatever the fuck they call the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, they're different shows. Robotech was the same way. What we got over here at Robotech was 3 different shows in Japan. So yeah, your White Ranger thing, like I've heard you talk about that before. And when I saw that, I was like, does he know that it was actually not even? It was a completely different show.
But see, here's the thing: the show was still owned by Saban because there were shows here like Beetleborgs. Yeah. Same concept. Okay, it's people getting superpowers with a special suit.
Those were also done in Japan.
Beetleborgs were actually done here.
VR Troopers was not.
VR Troopers was awful.
It was.
That was a Saban show, though.
All of them were Saban shows. Beetleborgs was a Saban show.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Because Saban was like, hey, we have Power Rangers. Let's just keep going.
They're like, how many Power Rangers can we put in America?
A lot.
And keep kids confused about them all being Power Rangers. No, but I'm not crazy about that. The older I get, the more that White Ranger thing drives me crazy.
Whatever. It was still cool seeing him, like, floating down.
No, it's badass, man.
You're like, spotlight.
It's fucking Tommy, yes! Then he becomes the Red Zeo Ranger. And then the Red Turbo Ranger.
He's just Tommy.
Then he comes back and he's this Black Ranger. It was cool. It was fucking cool. Yeah. I love the Power Rangers. Love Tommy Oliver. Yeah. Jason David Frank is fucking cool.
He is cool. Yeah.
I got borderline violent when I was saying that. I was defending his honor.
Like you were about to punch the mic.
I was like, fucking Jason David Frank is good, and if you don't like it, I'll hit you.
Bitch.
No, I think that guy's cool as all hell. And a bunch of the Power Rangers, like the original Power Rangers, are doing fun little projects right now. Really cool shows.
They've blown up.
Jason David Frank is Bloodshot.
Is he?
Yeah.
What? Huh.
From that comic series.
Yeah, no, I got you. That's why I'm like, huh.
With the red circle right
here? Yeah, the Valiant.
Yep.
Yeah. You're surprised I knew that. My geek cred just went up a little in your mind.
But yeah.
Same guys that did the Ronin and, what's that? Exo Man of War?
Exo Man of War.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it. Get it, girl.
So yeah, he's doing that. And he's been for a while. It's been like a year.
Like what's it? What is it like?
Well, he played it. So Bat and the Sun, he has a good relationship with him. They do all the you versus you, and they took like the Green Ranger, make him fight Ryu, stuff like that, or Scorpion. And everybody loves Jason David Frank, so they're like, you put him in it, he wins. And they did Bloodshot versus somebody else, and he's Bloodshot.
So he wins
every time.
Every
He
time.
has to.
Yeah, he's Jason David Frank.
It's like you can't beat him.
Who would win in the fight, Jason David Frank or Peter Parker?
Jason David Frank.
Wow.
No, listen, Peter Parker would win. There's like, there's no contest there.
There was a moment. What if he was the Green Ranger?
Yeah, it's still Peter Parker.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peter Parker's a genius. The Green Ranger's not. Like, he's got...
Yeah, Tommy Holler took them like 3 seasons to figure out that he should kiss Kimberly.
Yeah. It didn't take 3 seasons, but it took till the end of the first one.
Well, the first one was like 72 episodes.
Then he's like, I've wanted to do that for so long. Then you're like, yeah, me too.
Yeah, we've wanted that to happen.
We wanted to kiss her for so long.
So long. She's still a good-looking girl.
She's a very beautiful lady.
Yeah.
Amy Jo Johnson.
Amy Jo Johnson's, yeah. Who do you think would be the coolest celebrity to grab a beer with?
I don't know.
Like you have exactly, the time it takes to drink one beer with a celebrity, and you like they're your drinking buddy. So you're gonna grab a beer with them, and they're gonna be, you're not talking about work or their hobby or their work. So it's not like you're interviewing.
You're just hanging out with them.
You're hanging out, and you're just shooting the shit. Who'd be the coolest celebrity to do that with?
Ooh, I think Chris Pratt would be a lot of fun to hang out with, actually.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I think he would be like, hey, that was just one beer.
Yeah.
Let's do shots or something crazy. And I'd be like, yeah, let's do that.
I would say David Duchovny. Because,
Californication,
X-Files. No, but just in his personal life, yeah, he's a hippie douchebag sometimes. But, man, he could tell you some shit.
You want to have your mind blown here?
Yeah?
Take this LSD.
Yeah, that's exactly where David Duchovny's going there. David Duchovny
Joe Rogan. I would love to hang out with that
Kevin
dude.
Smith.
I'd kill to hang out with Kevin Smith. That guy's cool. Well, like with him, Kevin Smith is inspirational as fuck.
Right, but you're not going to ask him about that. You're going to talk about,
no, but
being a family guy.
You just want to be around somebody like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're going to talk to Kevin Smith about,
Jason Mewes.
No, he would kill you.
Why?
Because I don't think you could hang with Jason Mewes in his party days.
No, I'm not saying I'd be doing heroin with him. I'm saying I would talk to Kevin Smith about Jason Mewes. Like, hey, how's your buddy Jason?
Yeah. You would talk about that, raising a family, just, the general shit.
Life, God, death, and your family.
Right. You're not talking about, hey, when you made Clerks, how did you do it? No, you're just hanging out with the guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's just your buddy Kev.
It'd be weird.
You know who I would totally hang out with?
Who?
Because I think it needs to be said. Rosario Dawson.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Imagine, she is funny as hell. And I got a feeling you'd have a good time just hanging out talking to her.
I would hang out with, I think Jared Leto would be fun to hang out with.
Well, yeah, you would totally go down.
Well, no, he rock climbs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Jason
I love
Momoa.
rock climbing. Jason Momoa, dude, I would hang out with that guy in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Like, he is fucking cool.
Vin Diesel. Do you know why?
Why?
Because we could sit and talk D&D that entire beer.
Oh, yeah, you could.
We could. You could sit down and talk about D&D.
The Rock, I think, would be really cool to hang out with.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell would be
Bruce
awesome
Campbell? Yeah.
Dude, I don't know, man. There's a bunch of people that, like, if I could just have some of their time, just hang out
with them. And, like, you're not talking about their crap.
Yeah, you don't have to give me your phone number or anything like that.
Well, no, you're just, and you're not, like I said, because a lot of people are like, oh, I would hang out with, Martin Scorsese, and we talk about how he directed these movies, or Quentin Tarantino. No, that's the key, is you're not fanboying out with him. You're hanging out with your buddy for one beer, just shooting the shit. Exactly.
No, that'd be cool.
Because there are things you talk about, like when you and I are out at events or doing something like that, we are different people.
Yeah.
We're representing, and we're not who we are in our private life. And then there's you and I hanging out drinking a beer.
Yeah.
And like that's who you're getting. That's who you're getting.
Everybody gets that on the show, though.
Well, yeah, on
it's
the show,
slightly more refined because we have to have constant conversation, so it's entertaining.
Right, but not at the events. At the events,
at the events, we're kind of a big deal.
We're a big deal. Hey, speaking of being a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to go to entertainthegeeky.com.
Really?
I do.
What should they do there?
They should check out all of our social medias. They should like, comment, subscribe.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're talking about. Also, guys, hey, on Facebook, you Facebook followers out there, I want to know what celebrity you'd want to grab a beer with and talk about just shooting the shit.
I like it.
I do too.
I like it.
What do you got?
All right, guys. I want you to fill some holes in your collection. I want you to find some collectibles that maybe you need but you don't have, and you're going to do that through Cloud9 Comics and more.
Check out their eBay store, Cloud9 Comics and more.
They're all about this eBay thing. Paul, the guy that owns it, super cool guy. He is very, very, very passionate.
Dude, if you think Jason's passionate about comics, Paul's got him like by spades.
Paul loves it. He takes so much pride. Like talking to Jason about the pride that this guy takes in these books. Oh he can look at a book and be like, "This is going to be graded a 9.8."
Do you know what my proudest moment was?
What?
Like, cause I sold my collection to Paul. Yeah, we're going a little bit over on this one. I sold my collection to Paul years before we even started this show, and he had never read an issue. He had never read a title that I had. And he was getting ready to buy it all, like buy everything. He's like, I haven't read this, I don't know. And I was like, I'm going to tell you what, Paul. You take this, you read it. I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass because you know what it was?
Walking Dead 1.
No, Outcast 1.
Oh, yeah, that sucks.
Outcast issue 1. We got to go.
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about Outcast issue 1, and I remember seeing that on the shelf.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was a good deal.
All right, guys. So, as always, stay geeky.
Bye, guys.